Hi.
Hi, how are you?
We're good, thank you. Okay. Just giggling, getting some oxygen to the brain.
That's perfect. This is how you do it.
I'm going to stare at your necklace the whole time.
I know, it's beautiful.
Thank you. So, Saoirse, Florence, how familiar were you initially with the 1994 version of the book itself?
I'm very familiar with it. I was actually born in 1994. Came out the year I was born.
Watched it, just thought it all the way.
I wanted you to react to that. I loved it. That was my introduction to Little Women, was through that film adaptation of the book, and I love Winona Ryder, Kirsten Dunst, Susan Sarandon, Claire Danes is in it. Like all these really, really fantastic actors. Christian Bale is in it as well, I think.
He's Laurie.
He's Laurie, yeah. Yeah, and I loved it, and then sort of later on I went and read the books and loved it even more, because you're getting a real sense of like the whole world, and yeah, it's great.
For me, I met these sisters when I think it was about 9 or 10. My gran used to read me her favourite classics, and this was one of them. So I would go and stay around her house, and she'd read me chapters and prod me awake when something interesting was going to happen.
Amy's about to burn the book.
Yeah.
So what aspects of the story feel most current to you today?
Say that again, sorry?
What aspects of the story feel most current to you today, nowadays?
I think, one of the things that Greta said when she pitched her idea to Sony, who made the film, is that she sees Little Women as being about money and art. And the relationship that, an artist, and in particular a woman at this time, has with the two, and how there's a real sort of extra battle to balance both, to attain both, to hold on to both. And so I think that's something that we really focus on in this film, is that all of the girls have a craft. There's music, there's art, there's writing, there's acting, and they all have so much potential to do really sort of great things, and they all go down their own paths. So so I think, right?
Yeah.
That's what makes it current.
Anything you'd like to add about the aspect that feels most current to yourself nowadays, and this whole background?
No, I totally do agree with everything Saoirse's just said. I think... no, I'm gonna leave it on that.
Okay.
No, I'm good.
Saoirse, congratulations on the award attention the film is getting. Saoirse, you are no stranger to nominations. Do you get as excited now as you did for Atonement?
Yeah, I'm a little baby. I think the awards, I'm sure you found this too, award shows and like events and stuff are very, they're like weird anyway, but they're really weird places to be when you don't know anyone and when nobody knows you. So the nice thing about kind of going back and sort of returning to it a few times is that you get to know more people, and it kind of becomes like an opportunity to meet other filmmakers that you really respect and admire, because you're doing so much press together, and also just seeing other friends who maybe have been recognised as well, and and so what I've started to do is like bring my best mate with me, so that it's more about us just kind of like going to a party, and then anything else is a plus. So.
Okay, and tell us about the atmosphere on set. The March family have all this joyful energy to them. Was it similar on set?
It was exactly the same. I think we were all mad and madly in love with one another, and spoke over the top of one another, and played and sat on each other and picked each other's spots, and it was like... It was pretty ideal that those were the kind of characters that we were then playing on camera. I think it's really, it's always in the actor's interest to get along with people as quickly as possible, because you need to form those relationships quickly because you're on camera together. So it's extra fun when it's easy and it's real. I was very lucky. I'm not lucky to have missed the rehearsal, but I missed 2 weeks of rehearsal, and when I came back, everybody kind of just greeted me with open arms. So the relationships were all there, and on set it was actually quite hard to shut us up. Greta had to get a megaphone because we would speak so loudly.
Yeah.
But no, that was kind of like the energy and the vibe within the scenes, and we didn't stop until we went home.
No, we really didn't.
Nope.
And even then, we had our
Yeah,
we have our WhatsApp group chats.
That's
that sort
beautiful.
of continued on.